Kitty kitties, what up, what up? Welcome to Primal Scream. This is your host, Nick Graystone. For the next hour, we're going to talk about fantasy, reality, and everything in between. Let's go.
Hey, kitty kitties. What up, what up, what up? You get another what up. What up? How you guys doing tonight? I'm Nick Graystone, and this is Primal Scream. What is going on? We have so much going on in my world, and hopefully it will be relevant to your world, because that's what I like doing. I hope everyone had a great Halloween. Mine was a little bit different this year, but I still had a good one. We'll talk about that right now. So this year was a little bittersweet because Zozo is in Florida right now, and she's been there since last Friday, so this would be the first Halloween that I actually did not celebrate with her, but watching how much fun she's having right now, she's doing the Disney parks and stuff. I believe today she's in Universal, and just, the kids just having the best time. And I love that. I love that she's having a great time. I miss her. I can't wait to see her. She's coming home this weekend. So this is one of those random weekends where I have nothing going on but just me and her. And I'm looking forward to that because I've been on like cruise control. Luckily, I did roll my ankle on Sunday at the farm. I fucked it up enough where I banged into work for 3 days, and the doctor just told me to rest. So that's what I did. I got so much fucking sleep that I haven't been able to. So, like, if I seem jittery and doing the jitterbug, it's because, like, I think I've slept more in these last 3 days than I've slept in a decade. It was just amazing. But, yeah, the Schmitz Farm thing is done now. It was a bittersweet season. This whole season was dedicated to a good friend of mine, Mike Porciello, who he was our resident Michael Myers. He untimely passed away over the summer, and we all missed him. You know, it was a great. It was a great season. I met some new people. I worked with some old friends. It was all for him, man. You know, like, we dedicated the season to him. Scott and Kelly and Mike, they ran the haunt this year. Pretty awesome, and I tip my hat to you guys. Thank you. You did an amazing job. And even the last night, one of our guys that's been there for about 5 years, I'm going to give him a shout out too, Tim Ryan. He portrayed Father Tim for 2 years, and he was a sadistic warden this year. And he was an evil scientist for 2 years. He retired from the haunt, and I hope he's kidding, and I hope he comes back, but I kind of believe him. But thanks, Father Tim. You definitely livened up the joint with your antics and your not breaking character and scaring the Schmidt out of people. So you were awesome. And it was just a great overall season. But we missed Myers, so that was like the bittersweet part of that. So on yesterday, it was the first kind of day that I was able to like go out and do stuff, and I'm going to get to that in a second. I had a great gig actually on Saturday in the Raven in Worcester, Massachusetts. It was a solo gig, and by looking at that picture, I was in the moment. Like, I felt it. It was awesome. This is a departure from me doing the Demon Scar stuff. This is solo stuff. I've been playing some of the music that I've been doing during my set, and I'm just feeling like an awesome response from it, from like the crowds I've been playing in front of, and this was the third time that I did this, and I want to do more. It's pretty. It was pretty awesome. I feel naked up there because usually I'm behind a bass and I'm screaming, and I'm jamming up there, and this one it's just me and a mic, and I'm like just letting it out, man. These lyrics that I'm writing are the most personal stuff that I've written in a long time, and it's a good therapy for me to get up there. So shout out to my boy Fury. I met him at the first gig I did. He's actually the one that booked me on the show. I have a picture with him actually. Yes, that's Fury. He's a great talented artist / promoter. He hit me up shortly after the Shaggy 2 Dope show from last month, and he asked me if I'd like to do this one. It was in Worcester, Massachusetts, and I made the trip, and it was cool. I saw some faces from the last time that they remembered me, and it was a nice turnout. Worcester is a very I don't even know how to put it. It's kind of a shady town, but it was good. It was, it's a party town, and the folks that came to the place, they had a party and here's some good tunes, and I made some connects and contacts, and I actually have a collaboration coming up with the headliner of this show that I just played, Lex the Hex. He hit me up. I had a beat ready, and I had some lyrics. I showed him what I wanted, and he's into it, and he's recording it as we speak. So keep your ears peeled for that one. That's going to be awesome. I can't wait. I went back to Center Stage Music and recorded that over, I think I did that on Thursday? No, today's Thursday. So I did that Tuesday during the day. So, yeah, that was cool. Yesterday was another bittersweet day. I went to they had a memorial service for Little Peep. You know how much, speaking of my solo stuff, Little Peep, since he's been on my radar, I've really enjoyed his music. Keith, my brother-in-law that passed away a couple of years ago, he's responsible for putting him on my path. And, I just get inspired. Yep, that's the mural they have over in Bushwick. Really nice mural and a nice tribute to him. It was his birthday yesterday. He would have been 26 years old. 27 years old, actually. He passed away when he was 21. He was just about blowing up on tour. And unfortunately, he took a Xanax that had some fentanyl in it, and unfortunately passed away at the young age of 21. And his music is still going. He's still getting all these spins on Spotify, and he's having releases. His mom, Liza, I met her. She was at the pop-up shop, and I spoke with her. And this is actually the second time I met her. I actually met her at a screening of his documentary, Everybody's Everything. I took Keith to that for his birthday, and we had a great time. We met her, and I had told her that, I had met her. And I said, this was a special night. I'd brought my my little brother to the movie and stuff, and unfortunately he's not here anymore. And we embraced, we gave each other a hug, and I just said, her son's music means a lot to me, and it's like I can meditate and go into that and think about the both of them at the same time when I listen to his music, so I associate the two. So it's pretty cool. Yeah, that's the jersey that he had wore on his Hellboy album cover. They had that up. They have a denim jacket that he lived in. There's so many pictures of him walking around with that. And it was a pretty cool pop-up shop. They even had Nikki size. So I said to her, Mama Peep, thank you so much for carrying my size, because usually I have to make shit fit and like cut stuff and paste it to other things and do whatever. But they had shirts for me, so that was pretty cool. I also told her the story that when Zozo was in kindergarten, they had parents come up and read books to them, and she's a school teacher, and she also is an author, and she has this really cool book called The Dance Class, and it's a real life story about how when Peep was a kid, he got bullied a lot, and he got one of the things that was different about him. He was in a dance class, and a lot of the people were like, this kid's weird. Why is he in dance and stuff? And he had met a longtime friend. Her name is Emma. They ended up dating years later, but he actually met her back then when he was in this class, and she kind of stood up for him and said, if he's good, he belongs here, then he deserves to be here. And it was cool. Like I had the opportunity to read that book to Zoe's class and stuff, and I told her that story, and she appreciated it, and she thanked me for coming down, and it was cool. So I was with my friend Tom Bennett, and we were driving back. We had to get back to Long Beach, but we went on a little venture. I didn't post a picture of it, but we went to St. John's Cemetery to go visit the grave of John Gotti, because I'm all about Gotti right now. I watched the thing on Netflix. If you haven't watched it, watch it. So we went to his grave, and we visited it. So then I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, you know what? I think my grandfather's buried here. My dad's dad, and shows what kind of grandson I am. I don't even know where he's buried. So I went to the directory, and I pulled up the name, and at first it said he was there. So I went and asked where it was located, and they're telling me it was at Holy Cross in Bushwick. So what happened was the girl wrote down the thing, and it was like row T, plot 130. So we go to Holy Cross, which is about 25 minutes from where we're at that point. So we get there, and we go down row T, and it's like, okay, plot one. It looked like they just didn't keep up with this cemetery. It looked like really like shit. Like, like the groundskeep. I don't know what the fuck they're doing over there, but there's like shrubs in front of like stones and stuff, and like a collection of broken stones. Some are sunk into the ground, like really bad. So we're walking back, and I'm looking, and it's like 128. Then it's like jumps to like 140, and we're standing like in this little thing, and I'm like, maybe the stone is missing. Like, I don't know, maybe Michael Myers came and took it or some shit crazy. I have all these thoughts in my head, and I'm like, all right, well, you know what? This sucks. I'm not going to be able to go visit the grave. So we go back to the car, and we're driving out, and we see the office. So I'm like, you know what? Let me go into the office and just make sure that we're in the right place. Get to the office. It's closed. No one's there. It says you have to come by appointment or whatever. But they did have a kiosk where you could punch in the name. So I punched in the name again, and then the name came up. But instead of 130, it said 180. So we were like, holy shit. So we pulled back in. So when we're pulling back in, one of the graves that like are visible, I see a bunch of baseballs up on top of it, and I see the name Hodges, and I'm like, whoa, maybe that's Gil Hodges. And it was Guilford Hodges. Wow. He was buried in Holy Cross right down the road from my grandpa, which was cool. I was like, oh, all right, cool. I don't think my grandfather was a Mets fan, but I think he was a Dodgers fan. He passed away a long time ago. He passed away when my dad was a young man. So I really don't know too much about my grandfather. Really don't know too much about my father, because everything was a secret with my pops. He only told me like certain things. So anyway, we walk down, and we see a little plot, and it's a little stone, and it's like overgrown shit over it, like grass or whatever. So Tom starts kicking up this dirt and stuff, and finally I see it. It says John. It's my dad's name. So then, like, he really goes to town. Me and him are kicking up dirt. He's like, let me run back to the car and see if we got some water, because it's like all like dirty and shit. So we had 2 bottles of water. And I just got to say, Tom Bennett, thank you so much because you helped me out. We ended up doing the best we could to clean this up, and it turns out to be the plot for my great-grandfather and my grandfather. And I wasn't going to be a scumbag and steal, like, flowers off of somebody else's grave or a flag, but I saw a piece of a ripped flag. So I'm like, you know what? My dad was patriotic. I'm sure my grandfather was patriotic. So you know what? I try to do my best to, like, put something there for him. I put the piece of tattered flag, and I put a rock on top of it. So, you know what? I'm sure no one's been to this grave. All my aunts that have passed away, my dad's passed away. I don't think there's really any much family of the Graystones remaining, you know. So I kind of spruced it up a little bit, and it also, a light bulb went off in my head. So when my dad was like near the end, he's like, son, I don't want anything. I don't want a service. Just cremate me. I don't even give a shit. And for the second time in life, I did listen to him. We didn't do anything for him. And that bothered me. It bothers me today. But when I was in the office trying to find out where he is at the other cemetery, they had this thing where you can get a candle, which is like one of those votives that light up where you make a prayer, and they put it in the loving memory of. So I called up today, and I'm in the process right now of getting a candle for my dad, and I'm going to put him in Holy Cross with his father, and it's going to be in one of the shrines. And at least now I have something where if I want to go visit, I can, or if anyone wants to go visit, we can. And it just gives me closure on it because, you know, I know he didn't want anything, but I don't want him to go out like that, you know. So it was a good moment. And Tom, thanks, man, for helping me do that. I really appreciate it. And it was a nice moment, bittersweet again, you know. So thanks. So yeah, so it was a cool thing. Now, going back to the weekend, I was at Chiller Theater. I met some really cool people. The headliner, one of them was Frankie Avalon. It was one of his first shows, and he did a photo op with Didi Cohn from Greece. She played Frenchie. So, yeah, she was such a sweetheart. He was cool. I was actually the first person online for him. So when I rolled up to him, and I'm like, Frankie, you couldn't imagine that there was going to be this big, massive dude on your line to meet first, right? And he goes, what are you talking about, big? He goes, I'm the big kahuna. So he was very cool, you know, and I got him to sign a picture with him and Frenchie, and I met her. We took the photo. It came out nice. Out in the parking lot, they had Grease Lightning, and it was not the Grease Lightning that they were singing about, like in the shop, like the jacked out one at the end where Olivia Newton-John and John Travolta fly off. It was pretty cool, so I got a photo with that. They also had the Christmas Story reunion, and this picture is so funny because the bully in the back, dude, that's like... man, what the hell is his name in the movie? Farkas. Farkas, like I throw up the metal sign and he's rocking out with me. So Farkas is back right. And then next on top of me is Schwartz. That's the kid that double dog dares Flick to stick his tongue on the pole. Next to him is the kid Randy, the little brother of Ralphie who can't get his arms down. Next to him is Farkas's right-hand man that looks like Brian Johnson from AC/DC with the cap, the little other bully. Next to me, seated with the pink shirt on, that's Flick. He's also in The Toy with Richard Pryor. And then Peter Billingsley, of course, is next to me. That kid looks the same that he did back in 1983.
Flick went into porn.
He did.
And now isn't he like a pastor or something now?
No, dude, you know what he does? It's funny you mention that because, dude, he works in a flea market and he sells a Christmas Story stuff.
Come on.
I swear to you, bro.
Oh, my goodness.
That's what he does.
Oh, my goodness.
So, yeah, it's, but you know what? Like, I was talking to him, and I had the most interaction with him throughout everyone. And I had said to him, I love A Christmas Story, but I got to mention the toy. I'm like, it's so many memories of growing up and watching that movie on repeat. And you think about it, he worked with two of the greatest comic legends of all time in that movie, Richard Pryor and Jackie Gleason. And he went off on its story. He was telling me about how Richard Pryor took him under his wing and he was calling him his little brother, and he would take him out to like parties and stuff, and like he was hanging out. And I'm sure Richard Pryor showed him a crash course into Hollywood. But he said, he was very cool. He actually, years later, when Richard was getting a little bit older, right before he passed, he was hanging out at some party, and Shaquille O'Neal came up to him, and he said, "Hey, you're that kid that's in that movie with Richard Pryor." He's like, "You still talk to Richard?" And he goes, "Yes, I do. Actually, I have his cell phone. You know what? Let me call him." And he said it was one of the big brick cell phones at the time. And he called up the phone, and Richard Pryor had answered. And he goes, "Yo, someone wants to talk to you, man." And he put Shaquille O'Neal on the phone with Richard Pryor. So, yeah, it was just a cool little conversation I had with that guy. And that's why I love going to these things. I love interacting with these people like I know them forever, which I don't, but I grew up watching them. But the next guy that I met was Mark Metcalf. He's Niedermeyer from Animal House, but he's also, I love him, was in those two Twisted Sister videos, classics, I Want to Rock and We're Not Going to Take It. And I actually talked to him about it. He had a really cool picture of him and Twisted Sister on his table, which I had him sign. So, yeah. Yeah, right, exactly. Like I wish I had him say that into the screen, but like I don't want him to stroke out, man, because he's an older guy. I don't know if he still has that intensity. So I met Stacey Dash. Speaking of Richard Pryor, the first time I ever fell in love with her was when she was in that movie Moving with Richard Pryor back in the day, and then she was also in Clueless, and it was pretty cool. Meeting her. She still looks amazing, and yeah, I had a great time at Chiller Theater. That is J.D. Nemeth. He's the guy from RoboCop that says, "I'll buy that for $1." It was his first convention, so I had to go meet him. Just one of those random people. So, yeah, I had a great time at Chiller Theater. Can't wait to go back because it's not just horror. It's just like a random mixture of like, pop culture and everything else. So today I came across this thing, which was very cool. I'm not going to show you any clips from it. I want you to go and do your homework, kids. It's on YouTube. It's this thing called Rare Exorcist Outtakes. And this guy, his name is, let me get it for you, Paul Davis, I believe?
Yes, Paul. It's on the picture. Paul Davis.
Paul Davis. So Paul Davis has like a lot of these videos from like the shooting of The Exorcist. It shows you like their original plans for like certain scenes. For instance, like the vomit scene, they wanted her to projectile vomit and hit him in the chest, but one shot, and he did it only once, and it hit him in the face, and that's the shot that they used because it nailed him perfectly. But they liked how it turned out, so that's why they went with that. The spider walk that's in the 2003 version, they showed you how they filmed that. They didn't use it because you could still see the wires and stuff. They show you the makeup tests, and they show you what could have been the intended crucifix scene. You guys know what I'm talking about. If you think the crucifix scene in The Exorcist now is disturbing, what they make this girl do, and I don't even think she knew what the hell she was doing, but it is unbelievable. There's a crucifix that she has, which she has like a normal size crucifix in the movie. This one is much bigger, and it's pretty bad. You got to watch it. It's kind of disturbing, like that they actually thought that like a 13-year-old or 12-year-old girl at the time should be doing something like this. So yeah, it's pretty crazy. My friends are it's almost time for them. I'm going to bring them on. I do have special guests tonight. So getting into that, I have, excuse me, I have 2 videos that I want to show back to back right now. They're from my friends Sharp Violet and Steven the Not Steves. They did 2 videos for the Halloween season. I'm going to show you those 2 videos right now because it is a 2-parter. Back to back, and we'll talk to them once we come back because I have members from the both bands on. So see you in a little bit, kids. Enjoy.
Don't
All right, kids, that was awesome. So now we do have two special guests that are joining us tonight. It's Liz from Sharp Violet and Steve, the Steve of Steve and the Not Steves. Hi, kids.
What's up?
Hi.
How you guys doing? You guys good?
Yeah,
Good.
living the dream.
Living the dream, right?
That's
Absolutely. I was just talking to my my producer over here, and we were both saying, like, we love this. Like, we don't. I can't think of any other band that have done this where they've done a collaboration with two videos. Like, it's like a two-parter thing, and like it's a very cool concept. So, like, I guess what we'll start with is, how did you guys come up with this idea to do this?
Honestly, it was totally random. We just happened to write a song about vampires,
Yeah.
and they just happened to write a song about werewolves, like at the same time, in the same month.
And both songs are about being true to yourself and not caring what society thinks about you and choosing your own path.
Yeah,
Okay.
so like we just, we were both recording them at the same time, and then we both had to do a video at the same time, and it would, they just went so well together. It worked out perfectly. Originally, it was supposed to be a record that came out in for Jason's Woods, actually,
Right.
In the beginning of October, and but I could not get it done in time because all September my voice was just completely shot from allergies.
Yeah.
So I could not sing. I couldn't get it done. So it got pushed back, and luckily we got it done in time for the Halloween release.
Yeah, no, you know what? It's perfectly timed. Like when I'm looking at it and I'm thinking of like, it's got that Lost Boys feel to it. It also has like the Twilight feel to it too. Like
Yeah.
I love the fighting that goes on, and like it's like oversold and everything. It's cool. It's really good because it shows that you guys are more than just musicians. You actually have like a thing going on where you're putting on a performance. So acting in your own videos, it's not fucking easy.
Yeah, it was the first time we ever tried anything like that. We've done a bunch of videos, but we've never done any like real cut scenes of scenes.
Yeah.
Or anything that had a true plot or
Yeah,
storyline to it.
But it just came together, and we were definitely inspired by Lost Boys and Twilight, honestly.
Yeah.
For like the flying scene, I remember I went to Jeff, our bassist, and I was like, what if we did like a really cheesy flying scene with a green screen, like 80s movie? And he's like, absolutely, let's do it. And like I'd never done green screen before, so I bought a green screen, and we just winged it and tried it.
It looks cool, man. Like I dude, seriously, like for the shit that people put out, and then like you're doing it yourselves. So it looks very professionally done. Even even the last video you guys did for what was it, for Misery Chick for Sharp?
Yeah.
That too. That was a do-it-yourself thing too, right? And that looked dope too.
All of our
Everything we've
videos,
done
all
has
of our
always been
audios
DIY. We just grab our friends and the bands, and then we film each other.
we give a random friend a camera, like hold this camera and point it at us.
You're free Saturday morning? Great.
Yeah,
You're hired.
Exactly.
Some of the best footage from Demon Scar when we play is because of you guys. Like, you take awesome pictures. You gave us drone footage once. Like, we're not fucking worthy, dude.
Well, it's funny because, a good, I would say maybe 37% of the footage in the Steven and Not Steve's video, this video was shot by Gwen, Jeff and Allie's daughter.
Get out of here.
Yeah, because like she was going to be there. It was 7 a.m. on a Saturday morning. We had 2-hour window that we could get both bands in the same place at the same time. So we had 2 hours, 7 a.m. on Saturday morning. And we just got everybody down there, recorded both videos in 2 hours. But their daughter had to come because they couldn't get a babysitter.
Right.
So we were like, you know what? Let's get her involved. Let's, like maybe she'll be inspired to do films one day. We're like, let's just give her a cell phone and she can shoot, right? So she's shooting the whole time. And we had a series of mishaps. Like this all happened so quickly. We set up, we went into Massapequa Park, we set up, we got going, and we stuck a camera up. And so the first take of the good camera that we had there, it didn't cut. It didn't go.
Didn't
the
go
second
on?
take, it didn't record.
Oh.
The second take of the good camera we had, our guitarist Mike somehow in the rush of setting up put his guitar on wrong, and he's wearing it like a necklace. And it looks just completely ridiculous. So we had to scrap any shot, like with the good camera that he was in, we had to pretty much scrap it. I think a couple shots made it.
Like
But
on his breastbone, and it was like up here.
No, it was like it was just a way that nobody's ever worn a guitar in history. And it wasn't in like a cool way where we could be like, yeah, no, that's his thing. So we were like, all right, so those are scrapped. So then we basically were left with Gwen's footage, a couple shots from the really good camera, and I have a little DJI like Steadicam, little mini cam.
Yeah.
And so a lot of it's that. Those three together is the majority of our video. By the time we got to them, we were a little bit more set up.
Right.
And then I was behind the camera, so I was able to do a little bit more with my camera and the other good camera, and we got some good shots for them. But that's why you'll see ours is like a little bit like grainier, more old school, which works for the type of video we did. It looks like that kind of like 80s, 90s look, but it was sort of by mistake.
No, but you know what? It takes away from. You don't even think. I don't even think you're focusing on that because, dude, you're fucking flying in your video, bro. Like, like it was amazing. Like I seriously, and I'm not blowing smoke up your ass. You know, I don't fucking do that. I really thoroughly enjoyed it. Like when I saw it, I'm like, wow, this is guys did a really great job with it. And I can't believe only 2 hours. Like I get the concept of only 2 hours, being a parent and like having a life other than this.
It might have been 3 in the end, but like, yeah, that's all we could get. Like Mike had to work, Anthony had to work.
At 9. Anthony left at
we were going on vacation the week after. Jess had a wedding to go to. Like that's like literally 2 hours. And of course, like we set it all up, and we put it in. We have a group chat between both bands.
Yeah.
We put like two Saturdays from now, 7 a.m. We're gonna be there. Blah, blah, blah. And we just put it out there and expected everybody just to catch on to it. But Mike had missed that message.
Oh, boy.
Right. So 2 days before, I'm finally like, I've been so busy. I finally was like, all right, guys, everybody's good for Saturday morning. And Mike's like, what? What are you talking about Saturday morning? I have work. And we're like, we're doing the video Saturday morning. And he's like, no, I have work at 9 o'clock. And we're like, okay, so how about 7 o'clock? So we're like, what time does sunrise? And we were literally there as the sun rose. Got it done as quick as we could.
That's something. That's awesome though. But you got it.
I was like, when we first planned it, I was like, all right, we'll get a good 8-hour day. Like, we'll get everything done. And then it was like, no.
Never happens that way.
2 hours.
2 hours.
Yeah.
That's your style though. I remember a couple of years ago we were doing the Jason's Woods gig, and you guys were going on a cruise in like 5 hours or something. Like when we were on the fucking hayride.
Another music video that morning, right?
Oh yeah, your video.
In Jason in Lancaster,
right?
In the parking lot.
Was that when we were supposed to do the video for us too, and it just never happened?
That's right. We were supposed to do a video for our collaboration for Unity, and you guys were like, "We can't do it." We're like, "All right, we're gonna film a video for a different something else."
I remember that now. Yeah, man. Oh, speaking of which, yes, we all collaborated on an awesome cover of Op Ivy's. For those of you who don't know. We did a cover of the Forever Relevant Unity a couple of years ago, and it came out great. You know, I think it's like one of our highest played songs of like all of us, right?
Yeah, it's #1 song. A cover. Yeah.
That's how it goes, man. Typical Long Island bullshit. Everyone wants to hear covers.
Yeah.
Right. Unfucking believable.
Yeah.
So.
But Halloween's over, so all the original bands can go back to being original bands now.
Right, exactly. Playtime's over. Now we can get to serious business. So what do you guys got coming up? Like, what do you got any like shows coming up?
So Sharp Violet's playing at the roller derby on Saturday.
Fun. That's
playing
awesome.
At Safe America at the halftime show for the Long Island Roller Rebels. It's a home game, black versus blue.
Yeah, that's, I played that a couple of years ago, and it was such a fun time and a cool turnout. And I think you guys are gonna kill. That's like your perfect, your perfect place to be.
Thank you. Yeah, we have like a history with the roller derby because
C-Roll, right?
Yeah, C-Roll was a former derby player, and then our first drummer Tala, she also was on the Roller Rebels too.
Oh, there was a first drummer?
We've had a couple of different drummers over the years.
We all have Spinal Tap drummer moments with our drummers and stuff. I didn't know that. I thought the first drummer was Jasmine.
No, Tala left to go to law school, so then Jasmine took over, and
Oh,
then
okay.
that's why Allie joined, and the rest is history.
Right. Wow, that's so cool, man. Yeah, we all have a history of the drummer,
Mm-hmm. I think we've had like 8, maybe.
right?
We finally found our forever drummer, so
That's great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anthony, right?
yeah.
Yeah, all right. So he's like the newest out of everyone.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Yeah. The same thing with us, man. We our first drummer, we played our gig at Lucky 13, and it went over awesome. And there was a booker there that wanted to have us open up for Quiet Riot. And I told him the next day, holy shit, dude, we're going to open up for Quiet Riot. And he goes, you know what? I was thinking about telling you guys last night, but I don't want to kill the high, but this is just not for me. And I'm like, wait, can you please fucking quit after we play with Quiet Riot? And he's
real?
like, no.
What timing?
Yeah.
And he goes, no, I'm
Something
sorry.
good
I
has
have to
happened.
leave.
All right, let me.
Now it's my exit.
Yeah, now it's fucking not bang your head. I'm gonna bang your fucking head up against the wall because you're killing my hopes and dreams.
Oh my God.
But yeah, that's the tale of the drummer. I think we also had one that exploded just like in Spinal Tap behind the kit. Didn't you guys beat the shit out of one of your drummers too?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's I think when I first met you. That's the first night I met you.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, our first show actually that we met you, our first drummer was an interesting character. It's how I met Liz, and he lived with us, and so it was kind of like a parent-child relationship in a lot of ways. And so it was
that night, Daddy kicked the shit out of Son,
and it was one of those shows that was like pay to play because it was with
Graves, right?
Yeah, Michael Graves.
Yeah,
and so like we when pay to play comes around, we like just pay ourselves because we're not gonna like go hawking tickets. So we were probably like $300 in on that show. And he totally messed it up. And then
that's happened to us before too, man. Like I remember we did a pay to play once, and I watched my guitarist. This is not Demon Scar. This is another band. I watched my guitarist take the tickets, put it in his guitar bag or whatever, and then this is about 2 months later. He went right back into the same pocket at the show. Sorry, dude, I didn't sell any tickets. Here are my tickets. Didn't do anything. Thanks, dude. You just cost me whatever. Now we got to fucking scalp tickets if we want to even make anything off of this. So I'm like a scumbag that's scalping at my own show, which, dude, I hate that pay-to-play shit. Yeah. I mean, sometimes it's good because you want to play with, an artist that you look up to and everything. And that Graves show is awesome. Like, I had a great time doing that.
I'd pay for that any day.
Yeah, I would do it again. Except I don't know about now. I think
it's
Michael Graves is kind of like
anybody else.
Yeah, he's I still love those albums. It's like some of the Misfits' best stuff.
What's funny is I never even liked the Misfits in general.
You like his solo stuff?
Into his stuff, yeah.
Oh wow. Yeah, well, he's a great singer, dude.
Yeah,
he's that some of that like acoustic stuff was pretty awesome. So Steve, we were talking about this before. I wanted to hear you guys' thoughts on the new Blink 182 and the new Green Day. You said now both of you are not fans of Blink, or
not really. And I didn't think we had heard it, but apparently she told me what I was telling her about when we were listening, she wanted, when the new Green Day came out, we were like, we got to listen. And she's like, let's put it on. She wanted to put it on our phone. I'm like, no, you cannot listen to the new Green Day on your phone. It's the worst possible place to listen to music. So we came down to the studio. I had a really good setup, set it up. And apparently while we were setting up, the YouTube video was playing for Blink, and I didn't even realize it. But I'm not a big Blink fan. They're fine. So I didn't really notice the song.
I really enjoy the album. I think it's really good, the Blink album.
I thought the song was good. I feel like their best songs are their most depressing songs.
The ballads, right?
Yeah.
Like they were talking about it the other day, like Adam's song, they don't even play it anymore because they said that like it reminds them of the dude that survived the plane crash that ended up passing away. Yeah, DJ AM. But that song is one of their greatest songs, and the other one was I Miss You. All fucking heartbreakers, you're right.
Yeah.
So I don't know. And that new song is something else, though. That's a very depressing song, but I still, I love that stuff.
Yeah. The new Green Day, we were super excited for. I was really, really hoping that after like the last album, which I really didn't like,
Oh,
I was
no.
like praying that it was like, all right, that was their last album on that label. They were just doing that album to get
They
it.
rushed
This is going to
it
be the
out.
good one. And I was really, really disappointed.
Mega disappointed.
Like
Yeah.
it just seems so out of touch. I mean, I love Green Day. Green Day is my all-time favorite band ever, right?
Yeah.
And I was really, you have such a powerful name for a song. It's like with everything going on, there's so much he could have said and did, but it was just so like almost bubblegum.
You feel like it was
His
phoned in?
songwriting.
It was totally full. Exactly. I mean,
Yeah.
a lot of his stuff can be sometimes recently, but
Yeah.
there was just no heart behind it. There was no power behind it. Like the American dream is killing me with everything that's going on in the world. And like it was just like
There was no
basic
substance.
rhymes and yeah.
It could have been like American Idiot Part 2,
Well, it should have been. It had to have been.
It should have been.
You're gonna name it
the
like
conclusion to American
Yeah,
Idiot.
you know what? Like, you're right. With the title like that and the shit that's gone on since American Idiot's come back, because if you look at like when American Idiot came down, the world was fucked. Now I feel like we're triply fucked. Like it's
Right.
even worse.
they had such an
far off.
opportunity.
Yeah. So I guess
Yeah.
it's a waste of a good name. I mean, I dig it. I dig it more than that last album. I think I listened to it once, and it was a very hard listen. Like I just didn't like it, and it was a shame because each of their releases, I always find at least something that I can associate with, and I couldn't find anything on that album. So hopefully on this one, maybe there's a couple of songs.
Yeah.
But
maybe
if
they'll
not,
be-
I could always go back to the box set for Dookie and enjoy that. Did you guys get that, the Dookie box set?
We
Oh.
listened to it though.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's
Listen to, like, the
fantastic. There's so
demos.
much good stuff on there. They have like the Woodstock '94 live thing and a lot of demos that I heard.
I mean, the
Jar.
different lyrics blew
That's
my
for
mind.
Basket Case. It's a completely
Right?
different song.
Yeah.
That blew my mind. Like
Mhm.
to have that of an iconic song that like changed lives, including my own, right?
Uh-huh.
And then have it like just it was written with totally different lyrics, same melody,
Right.
and that's how it's funny because that's how I write songs. Like I write like fake words for
Right.
the first 3 months. It's just completely fake words, and then they like form into real words. But like to have his just completely different meaning, just so like
Thank God they rewrote that song.
yeah.
I don't
Just
think it
blows
would have
my
been a
mind.
hit the other way. It was
Because it's
different.
also so hard. I feel like when you do write a song, it's so hard to change it. Like when you write actual
Mhm.
lyrics,
Yeah.
it's so hard to be like, okay, no, I'm gonna scrap that all together and like do a totally new song.
Right. So, like, how is the process with you guys with that when you show up to like practice and you got a new tune? Is it a collective? Like, you guys like put it out, like you write a song, you write lyrics to it, and then let's say someone is not vibing with it, and like, do you change it like on the spot, or like how does that work with you guys?
For us, most of our songs come together spontaneously at practice. Like either Mike will play a single chord and I'll go like, that's the chord, do it again, and then we like just kind of it just builds.
Yeah.
So like yesterday we practiced and we like wrote this dope new song and it just spontaneously happened. Like I played like 2 chords and I'm like, those are cool together. Oh, here's the third. And then they picked up and like it instantly became a song.
Cool.
And I haven't written lyrics yet. That usually takes the longest. I do that on Wellwood as I drive to work.
Yeah.
I write lyrics. But the song itself, almost 100% of it almost usually comes together in like one practice spontaneously. It
Wow.
either works or it doesn't.
That's cool. How about you, Liz?
Yeah, for us, similar. Someone will play a note and we'll be like, whoa, that sounds really cool.
Yeah.
Or someone will go home, come up with something, and then they'll come to practice and they'll be like, I just wrote something really cool. And then we'll spend that night working on it and trying to perfect it.
Yeah.
And then sometimes it'll take me a while to get the lyrics. Or sometimes they come instantly. Like, it's hard. It depends on the situation. For Werewolves, Gwen, Allie and Jeff's daughter, she came up with the title All Werewolves Are Bad.
Really?
I forget if she told Allie we should name a song that, or if Allie just asked her what should we name a song, and she came up with that title, and that's how the inspiration came for that song, for the lyrics. from there, I knew I wanted to use werewolfism. Is that the word? For
I guess, yeah,
or
it works.
for being true to yourself. I
Yeah.
thought that would be a unique, I guess, song idea concept. But yeah, without
Lycanthropism.
lycanthropism, that's the word. But yeah, without Gwen, there would be no werewolf song.
Or Steve video.
Or Steve video.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
Wow, this kid's
He had a
becoming
major-
like
And she's in the end of their
major
video too.
part in this whole
Yeah.
collaboration.
The end scene is Gwen. That actually came about that day also. That wasn't really planned until we got there, and I'm like, oh, put her there.
I can
all
see her now, like, gonna be setting up like band meetings and stuff in like her
right.
room.
yeah.
Like
She's
how
our
like
new manager, actually.
Stewie has it set up with like his teddy bear. Don't mind Rupert, just come on in.
Taking 60%, but it's probably worth
Yeah.
it.
Right. Yeah, whatever, man. If the kid's doing it,
Yeah.
she's like gold right now.
Yeah.
That's so awesome. I love, that was one of the first things I had said to you after I watched it. I'm like, dude, it's like the next generation that you got in the video, bro. That's so awesome that she's in it like that. So,
Yeah, we already have Sharp Violet 2.0.
Yeah.
oh yeah,
Yeah, between my Mike's, my guitarist Mike's daughter
Yeah.
and like we all had daughters, so that's Sharp Violet 2.0 in like
Yeah.
15 years, 14, 13 years maybe.
The future Riot Girl is strong.
that's
Yeah.
sick. Well, that's what you got to do. Like Zoe already wants to do the Daughters of Demon Scar, so she's like ready.
Oh,
That's awesome.
I'll
Yeah.
play that show.
Yeah, she's something else. You guys see her all the time. I'm posting about her, but couldn't be proud of that kid, man. She's
awesome.
I miss her this week. She's in Disney doing her thing, and this is like the first Halloween I wasn't with her,
Cool.
but she's having the best time, so it's awesome.
Yeah.
She actually
Yeah.
she actually got asked to do a movie, like a little spot in it, but she's away and they're filming it this week. So, but even to get that offer, like it was such a awesome feeling, and you guys can understand that, like when obviously, seeing like when your kid is like shining like that and other people are noticing and stuff. So
Yeah.
it's pretty awesome.
That's so exciting.
Because it's
Yeah,
not about
your
us
video,
anymore,
we'll
right?
shoot
It's
yours.
right, exactly. It's not about us anymore. Now it's like it's time for them to do their thing, and like we step back and watch. I
Yeah,
guess, right? I don't know. It sounds weird. We sound like old timers now.
we are.
No,
We are,
football
right?
keeps you young.
It does. It does.
Oh, jeez.
True.
Well, guys, thank you so much for coming on tonight. I appreciate it. It was awesome. I know you got practice coming up soon, but you squeezed time for me, and I do appreciate it. You guys are always welcome. I love you. So you can anytime you want to come on, just hit me up, or you have a new song or single, I'll play it on here.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for having us.
Yeah.
It's all good. All good. Thanks a lot for coming on, and say what up to everyone, and hopefully I'll see you soon.
All right.
Awesome.
All right. Take care, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
All right, later.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Well, that was awesome. So we had the Sharp Violet and Steven the Not Steves. They're all over social media. You can check them out. Again, All Werewolves Are Bad by Sharp Violet and Let Me In by Steven the Not Steves. They're on YouTube, Spotify, Instagram. I'm going to post a link once I put this video up. I have just a couple more things I wanted to talk about. And actually, the next thing I want to talk about right before I get to my sponsors is the Raiders had a massacre on Halloween Eve. Mark Davis was like Michael Myers killing motherfuckers on Halloween Eve, on Halloween. He fired Josh McDaniel. He fired his offensive coordinator. He fired everyone. And now, like, Antonio Pierce is the I love. There's always an interim coach for the Raiders because they always put themselves in this. And this week also the first move that Antonio Pierce, I believe his name is the interim coach. He actually played with the Raiders back in the day. He was at the Super Bowl that they got the shit kicked out of him by Gruden and the Bucks. But his first move, he benched old Jimmy Boy, Jimmy G, and now Aiden O'Connell will start. So if you're going to listen to me, I think they should have never gotten rid of Rich Bisaccia, the last interim coach, because once they fired Gruden for saying some awful shit, they hired this guy as an interim coach, and the Raiders made the playoffs. This dude had them at a 7-5 record. And then they went with this dickhead, McDaniels, who has the most punchable face in the NFL and even a more questionable handbook. So, like, really, what I think is, and I'm just going to save this for now because the fuck you of the week is going to him, but the real problem is Mark Davis. He don't know shit about running a football team. At least Al Davis proved himself before he went full Montgomery Burns, like in his later years. Like, at least he had some winning teams and stuff. Like, Mark Davis is just, I don't know, man. Like, he's not the guy. I think it should be taken from him. Like, I know it's his team, but, like, shit. Like, you need help, bro. And, like, you took your team out of Oakland and you put them in Vegas, which honestly I think I'm more compelled to go see a game in Vegas. So it kind of does work. So I can't really like talk shit about you there, but everything else I don't know. So yeah, my big fuck you this week is Mark Davis. Fuck you again for fucking up my team and bringing another interim coach in. But hopefully the locker room rallies behind this guy because they're pissed. You know, everyone is visibly talking shit about them. Josh Jacobs was talking shit. With Derek Carr last year, you benched him towards the end. You got him out. Well, he's hurt right now too, so he really isn't doing shit over in New Orleans. And so this week, Mark Davis, right here. Hopefully Antonio brings him back to some kind of respectable level and just win, baby. So, all right. I'd like to thank my sponsors, Dark Side of the Shroom. Try Dark Side of the Shroom, the delicious bite-sized gummies made from the powerful mushroom called Amanita muscaria. Each shroom-powered gummy contains 500 milligrams of natural Amanita muscaria extract, no blends of other product or fillers. So, like I said last week, it does not have any cancerous shit. They make their mushroom gummy product with time and devotion, leading to a top-of-the-line experience. So get ready to find your dark side amongst the 4 delicious flavors that they have available right now, which is blood orange, berry blend, blue raz, and watermelon. I tried them all. I'm telling you, they taste way better than the disgusting, stale granola bar that tastes like it. You know, you wiped your ass with it from 25 years ago, where. Of course, I brought my literature with me because I feel like, you know, I'm not peddling street drugs here, kids. This is actually like legal in New York State, and it's a dosage guide. I wish they handed this out when I was on the real dark side of the shroom all those years ago, but a microdose is a half a gummy, a beginner is a 1 gummy, which I am going to stay in the beginner phase from here on out. I'm not doing any more than that. Ready to parties 2 to 3, and after that, it's blast off, which is 4 to 5. Good luck if you want to try that. If you do order, 25% off. That way. I love doing this. That way. 25% off, Trippy Scream. Hit them up, and they'll get 25% off your order. My next sponsor, Mr. Beery's. The place to be in Long Island if you are like me. Original music nightly. Tonight's open mic night if you want to go out there and test some new material. Tomorrow, Friday night, is Pop Smart Overdrive's record release party with my friends in Flak Jacket and Agent Zero. And Saturday, The Hinges, Sorry in Advance, and Gens X. Go check out Mr. Beery's. Everyone's cool there. I'm sure you'll have a great time. I might even be there tomorrow night. We'll see how my night goes. You never know. But yeah, that about wraps it up for this week's Primal Scream. Holy shit, I did not even plug the band tonight. That's right, I even wore this shirt for that reason. Damn it, Ska! if you like what you see, kids, the old Cerebus, very cool logo that we have right now on our new Demon Scar shirt. They are available. If you're local, it's $20. I'll come and drop it off, or you can come to me. Or if you want to pay for shipping, it's $25. You can DM me, or you can DM Demon Scar, but it's more like you DMing me. So up next for us, we have a gig on November 17th at Sinclair's. We're playing with Graces of Chaos, Resist the Temptation, Hostile Intent, and us. Sinclair's in West Babylon. Patty Dodge, she's putting this on. Thank you, Patty, for bringing us out to Sinclair's. We can't wait to try out some new material for you. And now I could finally put this episode to bed. Guys, thanks for your time. Again, thanks to Sharp Violet and Steven the Not Steves for coming on tonight and giving us some insight on how to do it yourself with great success. So again, guys, I'm Nick Graystone and you're not. See you next week.
Thank you for listening to Primal Scream. I'm Nick Graystone, aka The Nizza. Each week, Primal Scream is produced by Tony Walker and executive produced by Demon Scar. Always remember, nobody writes your story but you. Later.